Let's now get the thoughts of former Agricultural Secretary William Dar. Sir, thank you so much for joining us. What should be the top 5 priorities of Secretary Tiu Laurel in his first 100 days?
Yeah, thank you, Rico, for this opportunity to, again, at this point in time, welcome the newly appointed Secretary of Agriculture, Secretary Francisco Tiu Laurel. Now, back to your point, what are the top 5 priority areas? Number 1, which he also mentioned in his acceptance speech this morning, is the boosting productivity of Philippine agriculture. Masyadong hindi pa tayo competitive at hindi pa tayo mayroon sapat na pagkain sa bansa, and that's why he needs to level up production of most of these food commodities. So number 2 ay yung marching order ni Presidente na climate change or climate resilient agriculture. Kasi talagang we are greatly impacted too by the climate change happening all over the world. Now, the third one will be to look at enhancing the modernization of Philippine agriculture. At nasabi naman ni Secretary Laurel, halos lahat ito na modernization is key to improving Philippine agriculture. But let me also add, number 4, yung food inflation, dapat talagang for this near-term, food inflation is really making big headlines still in the country. Not only the headwinds locally affecting food prices, but including global headwinds.
And number 5?
Number 5, tapping the private sector to help get engaged and invest in Philippine agriculture and helping the small farmers in a big way.
So, former Secretary Dar, these are very key points that you mentioned. But also under his new leadership, he will also have to fight the alleged cartels, the smugglers and hoarders that hurt Filipino consumers. Do you think he will have the political will to make these changes?
Well, that in fighting food inflation, that would be one of the strategies to make it possible na yung ating pagkain ay talagang sapat na sapat, ay dapat walang hoarding, ganun din sa smuggling, ay this is a first priority that he has to contend. And he has all, I believe, the political backing by the President. And he has to tap the engagement of various agencies involved in, preventing smuggling. So yes, smuggling and anti-hoarding has to be pursued relentlessly.
And amid the political backing that you're saying, former Secretary Dar, of the President, do you think then that in the final 5 years of the President's term and with Secretary Tiu Laurel at the helm, will we ever experience 20 pesos per kilo?
That's the tall order. Always they say it's a goal, it's a work in progress, but I believe there's so much to do really to reach that goal of 20 pesos per kilo. And really the rice industry development program that is in place is a good program. We need just to sustain its implementation, have good teams to implement in the field, and enhance the partnership with local government units, because that's where the extension agents reside today. So I believe he has to harness all the various stakeholders to make it possible to go near the 20 peso kilo rice.
Apart from, of course, controlling the prices of agricultural commodities, he also has to consider recovery from the avian flu and African swine fever. And of course, one of the marching orders of the president is also mitigate climate change's impact on farmers and fisher folks.
Tama po. The African swine fever is still lingering in the country. The department has to step up its efforts to really mitigate the presence of African swine fever. The same is true for avian flu. We need really to enhance the capacities of the Department of Agriculture to manage and control all these transboundary diseases that's coming into the shores of the country.
So, if you say the priorities are boosting productivity, climate change, mitigating climate change, enhancing modernization, food inflation, and tapping the private sector, when do you think are we likely to see immediate concrete results from Secretary Tiu Laurel under his leadership? How soon?
Well, one good thing that he is bringing to the department, Rico, is yung pagka-businessman niya. We need now to treat agriculture as an agribusiness. And with that background of Secretary Tiu Laurel, I believe that he has to see to it that all the elements of making agriculture as an agribusiness will all be there with bringing in of the engagement of the private sector. The private sector can be a big help in transforming Philippine agriculture into a real agribusiness venture. We believe also that transforming the minds and the hearts of the small farmers and fishers into becoming agripreneurs is also a key strategy.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insights on the new Agri-Chief, former Agriculture Secretary William Dar.